think birth was real, whether you think there was a surrogate, whether you think Meghan was wearing a moon bump, the fact is, Harry and Meghan lied. Meghan Markle married for money, that she planned it all from the beginning.
There is literally no sign of a moon bump at all. Now what was coming?
That information came direct from Meghan's ex-husband, Trevor Eggleston, via an intermediary.
She said she was a mom. She said the whole world was seeing a miracle. But what if it was all fake? Meghan Markle's ex-husband has finally talked. And what he said is making everyone question everything.
Meghan Markle, meet the truth. Truth, meet Meghan Markle. I don't think you know each other. In fact, I fear that you're complete strangers. Yep, the devious Duchess is at it again, playing the victim card, lashing out at all those horrible lies that all those nasty people tell about them.
Trevor Eggleston just shared a big secret that, when they were married, Meghan had a surgery called a hysterectomy. That's right, he says she could not have babies. So, how did she show a big royal baby belly on TV in front of the whole world a few years later?
Still shocked to know we talk about hysterectomy. You know, documented herself in her first marriage. Yeah, she spoke about it on the stage. And now, like, very but you can't have a baby if you have no womb.
This isn't just silly gossip. This isn't trash news. This is coming straight from the man who knew her before the fancy titles, before the cameras, before the lies.
I'm a parody. I just find this so hilarious. Like, if you sat down to write the character of a woman who's thrown the royal family under the bus, accused them of racism.
For years, Trevor Eggleston stayed quiet, while Meghan Markle became one of the most talked about women in the world. Loved by some, hated by others, Trevor stayed totally silent. No interviews, no big stories, not even a little comment.
Her husband has not said one word about Meghan Markle to the tabloids. He has not said one bad thing about her. We have not heard a peep from him. So it's so interesting to me to see these people come out on the tabloids, you know, spilling tea about Meghan Markle. But her ex-husband, who was with her for a couple years, hasn't said anything.
People thought he was either too sad or just too nice to talk, but now everything has changed. People close to him say Trevor finally got fed up. After seeing Meghan tell one story after another, acting like a victim and then like a mum, he is done staying quiet.
But you shouldn't do it, because the British tabloid will destroy your life. And I very naively, I'm American, we don't have that there. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not in tabloids. I didn't get it. So it's, yeah, it's been complicated.
He says he's not trying to get revenge. He just wants the truth out there. And if what he's saying is true, it doesn't just hurt Meghan's image, it totally destroys it. Because when the world heard Meghan say she was pregnant, Trevor asked the same question people online have asked for years. How? Oh, but this is just the start.
From Meghan's ex-husband, Trevor Eggleston, via an intermediary. A moment where Meghan Kelly reveals that Meghan Markle married for money, that she planned it all from the beginning, and the vision board with Prince Harry on it was revealed to her by someone who knew Trevor Eggleston.
Trevor says that when they were married, Meghan made a very private and big choice. She supposedly had a hysterectomy. For those who don't know, that is a surgery where they take out the uterus. It is a huge surgery and makes having a baby naturally impossible. Trevor says they didn't hide this from close family and friends. They talked about it, understood it, and accepted it.
Trevor, her husband, confirmed that she had a hysterectomy. So about giving birth, I have no idea. Maybe it was before, maybe I don't know. But Trevor said she had a hysterectomy. Therefore, there was a problem in their relationship. He wanted it.
The couple leaned on each other during that hard time. So imagine how shocked he was when, years later, the woman who told him she couldn't have kids was suddenly showing off a royal baby belly to the whole world. He was shocked, confused, and didn't trust it. He told a friend it didn't make sense. None of it did.
Tom's assertion has opened floodgates of controversy, with many questioning the timing and motives behind the revelation. In his live broadcast, Tom stated that Trevor had difficulty in his marriage to Meghan due to her inability to have children. A fact that, according to Tom, was a major source of tension between the former couple.
That one thing, a surgery from the past, changes how we see the most public part of Meghan's life. Because if she couldn't have kids, who was Archie, who was Leet, and more importantly, what were people really watching? But things got even weirder after that.
And there have been a bunch of rumors for years about Meghan Markle, and maybe she feigned her pregnancy, maybe she had a surrogate, maybe her kids aren't really in line for the throne, maybe they're not in line for succession. Something to me looks sketchy about the baby bump. The baby bump looks weird, it looks like a huge pillow, it looks like a massive throw pillow, so I don't know what she's doing. The whole thing is bizarre, the video is bizarre, and Meghan Markle is continuing the spiral into desperation.
When Meghan Markle said she was pregnant with Archie in 2018, the news went crazy. Photos showed her happy, glowing and holding her baby bump just like other royal mums do. But some sharp-eyed people noticed something weird. Her bump kept changing. Its size and shape didn't look the same all the time. Some days it was really low, other days it looked puffy, like padding. Videos showed the bump folding in a strange way when she bent down, and this made people online think she might be using a fake bump, which they called a moon bump. Back then, people said these ideas were just silly stories. But now, with Trevor's new claims, everything is starting to make sense, and it gets even creepier. Trevor says he recognized those hand poses, the soft touches, the way she tilted her head. He says it wasn't just natural, it was practice. Meghan had played a pregnant woman in a small movie years ago. She learned how to walk, how to carry the bump, and even how to smile in a special way. When he saw her do those same things in front of the palace and the cameras, he felt like he had seen it before. He said it felt like watching a show he had already seen, but this time the whole world was the audience. It gets even darker. Trevor says Meghan didn't stop acting when she left the movie set. She brought it into her real life. He says she could turn her emotions on and off like a light switch. She could cry at the perfect time, make her voice crack, and pause to make people feel sorry for her. Trevor said he saw her do this at home, at parties, and even during fights. He says it was not random, it was all planned. Meghan would even practice in front of the mirror, working on her sad stories for interviews and getting every tear and look just right. When she became royal, this skill became a big tool. Trevor says she knew how to make people feel sorry for her, how to act like a victim when it helped her, and how to change the story when people started not liking her. The Oprah crying interview, her Netflix comments, and her stories about being hurt and alone. Trevor says it was all a plan. Meghan made it look like she was sharing her feelings, but really, it was a performance. And he says it worked every time, until now. But Trevor says her timing was the biggest clue. Meghan announced her pregnancy when people were starting to talk badly about her. There were stories about her fighting with royal staff, people quitting, and stories about her acting like a diva. Then boom, she was pregnant. All the bad news went away. Everyone was talking about baby Sussex. Trevor thinks it wasn't just happy news, it was a trick to change the story, and he says she did this before too. When they were married, if people didn't like her or she was losing fans, she would suddenly share a sad story or a big personal problem to make people feel sorry for her. This time it was a royal baby. Trevor says it was all too perfectly timed. It wasn't really about wanting to be a mom, it was about controlling the headlines. And it worked. But what Trevor shared next was even crazier. Before she was ever a royal, Meghan played a pregnant woman in a small acting role. Trevor remembers she took it super seriously. She borrowed fake bumps, watched videos of pregnant famous people, studied how they walked and smiled. She even practiced in the mirror, changing how she stood, how she moved, and how she looked with a bump. Trevor thought she was just working hard at acting, but now he thinks it was a clue about the future. Because when she showed up years later with Archie and then with Lilibet, she did those same exact moves, the same head tilt, hand positions, and slow walking. Trevor said it was like déjà vu. He told a friend he had seen this before, not in real life, but when she practiced in their apartment, it didn't feel natural. It felt like a dance she had learned. This dance wasn't just about looking pregnant, it was also a plan. People used to think Meghan and Trevor broke up because of long distance or busy jobs, but Trevor says that's not true. He says it wasn't about where they lived, it was about her wanting more power and fame. He says Meghan slowly changed. From being warm and kind to being cold and only caring about her image, she started hanging out only with people who could help her career and pushed away people who couldn't, including Trevor. And when she ended things, she didn't cry or talk to him in person. She just mailed back her wedding ring in a small package with no note or goodbye. Trevor says that showed who she really was, not someone sad about love ending, but someone ready to move on to her next big step. Trevor says becoming a royal wasn't just something that happened, it was a big plan she had for a long time. But what she did after that is even more shocking. When Meghan was on the palace balcony and smiling at the world, Trevor says she had perfected her look. He watched as the woman he knew changed into someone else. Her style got softer, she talked slower, and everything about her looked calm, motherly, and elegant. But Trevor says it was all fake. He thinks Meghan studied how royal moms looked like Princess Diana and Kate Middleton. Meghan wasn't just being pregnant, she was acting pregnant. From the way she held her belly to the colors she wore, Trevor thinks everything was planned to make people feel emotional, because everyone loves a sweet, glowing mom princess. Trevor says it was never about being a mum, it was about selling her image and building her brand. He even thinks that's why Meghan and Harry hide their kids' faces, not just for privacy, but to keep people from asking too many questions. The less people know, the fewer holes they can find. Behind all the fancy photos and interviews, Trevor thinks Meghan is still in charge of every little thing, but the biggest clue wasn't just what Trevor saw. It was what the royal family saw too. Trevor thought for a while that he was the only one who saw the real Meghan behind the act, but then he realized the royals saw it too. At first, they liked her. She was pretty, spoke well, and charmed everyone. But inside the palace, things started to change. Just like with Trevor, Meghan first loved the attention and then wanted to control it. Staff left, rumors of fights came out, and stories about her and Kate fighting hit the news. Meghan said she was being bullied and treated badly, but Trevor says he saw this happen before. Whenever Meghan lost control of her story, she would change it with a big sad moment, a health scare, a shocking story, or crying on TV. Every bad story would get buried under a new sad story. Trevor says the royals didn't get distant because they didn't understand her. They pulled away because they finally saw the truth. Meghan didn't want to be part of a family. She wanted to build her own brand. And when she couldn't control the royal world, she left and took Harry too. Even after leaving, she didn't stop. She changed herself again, this time into a media star, podcast host, mom of two, and the victim of a mean royal family. But now that Trevor has spoken, people are asking new questions. Not about racism or royal rules, but about what's true and what's fake. Was she really the victim, or was she making it all up? Trevor says Meghan's pregnancies were her biggest tool, the time when she changed from actress to icon. And she picked the perfect time. When people started to dislike her and media started digging into her past, she became the sweet mum to be, and that role protected her from hate. Trevor isn't alone. People online have been looking at photos for years, noticing weird bumps, timelines that didn't match. And now, with Trevor saying Meghan had a hysterectomy years ago, old rumors are coming back. Are Archie and Lilibet real? Did they use a surrogate? Was it all fake? Meghan and Harry never fully shared details. They hid the kids' faces, didn't show birth certificates or hospital info. They say it's for privacy, but now people wonder more. If Trevor is telling the truth, everything people thought they knew about Meghan falls apart. The love story, the mom story, the comeback story, all gone. What's left? A woman who climbed to the top step by step, using everyone on the way, who knew how to make people feel sad for her, and who turned her pain into publicity. Trevor says he stayed quiet for a long time to protect her because he thought the kind woman he loved was still there somewhere. But when he saw her turn being a mom into an ad and push away everyone, even him, that was it. He isn't writing a book or selling stories. He just wanted to plant a seed of doubt. And doubt spreads fast. Now people are watching her interviews, again, checking old photos, and asking new questions. Meghan Markle isn't just controversial now. She's a mystery people are trying to solve. And the scariest question is, if the one person who knew her before says none of it was real, then was any of Meghan Markle ever real? So what do you think? Was it all an act that fooled the world? Or is Trevor just a jealous ex trying to hurt her? Either way, something feels wrong. And if this is only the start, the next part might be even scarier. Subscribe for more stories they don't want you to know, and hit the bell so you never miss when the truth comes out. Because in the world of royals and power, nothing is ever what it looks like.